have been any better theme for a conference like this coming at this time, because it's talking about challenges of growth and sustainable development. There couldn't be any better theme, because Africa is facing so many challenges so long as growth and sustainable development is concerned. Not development per se, but sustainable one, because we talk about development from time to time, but how do we sustain it becomes the problem. So for this conference, a lot of people have come together to think tank about what we can do to have sustainable development in Africa.
Very, very right. Very, very right and contemporary. From the words of the keynote address speaker, Dr. Ezekesile, who did a very good job to the topic. This is the time for this country, for the continent Africa, to be talking about this topic.
Well, the team is a step in the right direction. As you can see, the problem facing the society, Africa at large as well, there is a very deep cry for development, and not just development, but a development that is sustainable. And as you can see, this conference is coming up with a theme of providing solutions to the problems, the challenges we are having in Africa, and also how those solutions will become a development, and how the development will become a sustainable one. So I see it's a step in the right direction.
A very good job, like I said before. The two keynote speakers were very excellent and eloquent. Their presentation were contemporary and they delivered according to their mandate. They did a very good job.
Yes, I think they did justice to the topic, because they weren't just talking about maybe facts or that are not there. They actually pointed out the fact that we need to come together, we need to grow. We are just probably stagnant. We are rated among the lowest countries when it comes to growth and development. And so they pointed these out, and then they encouraged us to, at least in the little way we can, try to enforce whatever needs to be enforced in different sectors of the country in order to fast track growth and development.
Saying they did justice is really understatement. They did perfectly well, especially when Dr. Obia Ezekwesili was making the notes. He killed it, he nailed it, that he made it so clear, so crystal clear, and I feel he did it well. She did it well, rather.
Yes, the lead paper presenters did a very great job. They talked about almost everything, and then people went into sessions, into panels. Different panels spoke about different aspects of the conference. And in my own panel, where I was chair of the panel, education and what to do about it, they dealt with it. They dealt with hunger and starvation. They dealt with poverty too. So also the other panels that we went and were just observers, they were talking about what to do. The only thing remaining is to take it home, because talking about it in a conference and leaving it there will not solve any problem. And I know that CEO Africa will take it to the world so that these things can actually be utilized the way they should.
I presented a paper on the role that language and communication play towards driving growth and development, and that paper was actually centered on language as part of the things that are necessary for the growth and development of a country. Because, language is a tool we use to communicate, and when you don't communicate very well with people, it can bring about a lot of problems. It words can actually be, interpreted in the wrong way or the right way, depending on how well you pass your message. And so, my paper was actually not just on language, but I used Nigeria as my case study. So it's centered on indigenous languages, and everyone wants to be identified with their language or their culture. Everyone wants to be understood. And so this language that we are talking about actually portrays our culture, and through this culture we get to understand certain beliefs, certain thought processes, certain behavioral patterns. So when we're able to coexist with each other, understanding our beliefs, because there are so many ethnic groups in Nigeria, but the three major ones we have is Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. When we are able to coexist with each other on a peaceful ground, on a very peaceful ground, and at that level we are able to work together and come and work maybe in agricultural aspect or whatever aspect towards the development of this country.
All right, my take over this matter is that development, solving this problem, achieving sustainable development in Africa is achievable. Getting it as a goal is achievable. It's all about we, the Africans, having the mind, beating our chest, making it a push that come rain, come sun, we must make it, we must achieve it, and we will achieve it. As Dr. Eze Wesley always said, we can do it. She passionately made that expression, and I see if we can carry this passionate cry home and put it in practice, we will make it.
That's interesting. Like we saw, I was the first person to do paper presentation in this topic, in this conference, and my topic was the mathematical modeling of smart farming using IoT, Internet of Things, and I did justice to this topic vis-a-vis what my university stands for. My university, with the new administration of my university, my Vice Chancellor, Professor Lawrence Ezemoye, my university is a smart campus. We can say in this country, my university is the only university that has all the ICT Academy running, from Microsoft Academy, Microtic Academy, Cisco Academy, and Huawei Academy. And as a result of this, we have been able to put in place so many other things happening in my university. In my university, we have Center for Climate Change. In my university, we have Center for Smart Farming. And that was exactly what I came to present in this conference. And everybody was happy and challenged that we are going to solve the problem of this continent. Because we are in Kenya, for example, they talk of Internet of Elephants. But now in Nigeria, we are talking about Internet of Agriculture. So that means what we are doing here, this is the time to no more leave agriculture into the hands of mere farmers. But we as the scientists, the researchers, it is our time to use our talent, our knowledge to go into agricultural practices.